Welcome to the Nerd News Podcast, starring Tyson Cox and Tyler Waltz. Roll for initiative.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nerd News Podcast. I am Tyson Cox.
And I'm Tyler Waltz.
How we doing, guys? How we doing to guys?
You'll get it.
Well, we'll try. We'll see. How you guys been? You have a good week out there, Nerd Nation, the nerds.
Let us know,
Tell
because
us.
we had pretty good weeks.
Yeah, I had a pretty good. What'd you do this week?
Let's see. My girlfriend and I watched Stranger Things and went to go see the new Jurassic Park movie.
Nice.
Or Jurassic World.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's bigger now.
Yeah, no, it's much bigger because they needed to differentiate themselves.
Yes, I didn't see. I know it started as Jurassic Park. I didn't see Jurassic County or Jurassic State, but now.
Right. Oh man.
So what'd you think about it? I haven't seen a Jurassic Park in three movies now. I think I saw the first Chris
There's
Pratt
6 total.
one. Okay, I think I saw the first Chris Pratt one,
Mm-hmm.
and then didn't see the two before that.
Okay, so The Lost World or Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, I saw the one with Jeff Goldblum.
That was only Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah.
That's The Lost World.
Oh, I saw that one then.
Yeah, where they're just on the island with no fences and stuff.
Yeah, sure. I don't
that one's
remember.
my favorite.
I remember he had a daughter, and she was into gymnastics.
Yep, and that was the most ridiculous part of the movie.
I don't know, man. Doing a double Lutz and kicking a velociraptor in the face.
That's what I'm talking about.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean it is, but okay. So this
How
is actually
great would it be if she went to kick and then all of a sudden it was just like just bit her foot.
oh, man.
Its mouth is way stronger than my hands.
Tore her down. Oh man, that would be funny.
It's my
so
impersonation
fun
of
fact.
women, by the way. So all women are Skeletor to me.
Yeah, right. In every single Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movie, a dinosaur gets kicked.
And the ASPCA isn't like,
Yep.
hey guys, come on now.
But yeah, no, like it's funny because in every and it got to the point where after the second movie, people were looking for it.
Okay.
So I remember being in the new one and it happens. And I in the theater was like, woo, like that. And then I realized that nobody else picked up on it. So he just kicks the Dimetrodon in the face.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, woo. And everybody's like, this fucking guy.
This
like,
dude loves kicks.
Yeah, right. He's like, he just loves animal abuse.
He is. My favorite part of the first movie is when they fed the cow.
I mean, that was pretty cool.
All right,
I
you
mean,
monster.
as a kid, like seeing it come up out of the feeder just destroyed was like, oh, that is wild.
You're like, I could never eat a cow.
We've probably eaten plenty over the course of our life.
I think someone did the math on King of the Hill, and yeah.
That's where you get your math.
Yeah, I'm like a Gen
King of the
Z.
Hill.
I read today that according to Google's data, Gen Z is getting a lot of their information through TikTok and Instagram.
Which is concerning.
It is, but I get all my information from 1990s to 2008 cartoons. So
Yeah, I mean, that's when facts ended, right?
that's, yeah. You know what? Propane, you taste the meat, not the heat.
Correct. Charcoal is way better, though. I like how they even had an episode about that. Where, like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
he had to
Peggy
come-
and
he had
Bobby
to-
were, like, hiding away a
Sneaking
charcoal
it.
grill. Is great.
sneaking on the down low.
Yeah. Oh, Jurassic World. So
No. This is now King of the Hill talk.
I liked it if I put it on like a list of all of them. No? Or are you just swishing? You just All right, that's good. That's good.
I switched away. You couldn't hear it. You know, I was just
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they could see it.
Well, I forget that when I'm object permanence and words are not my strong suit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's best.
God,
to predict
I
the
am
camera.
stupid, son of a bitch.
It's fine. We'll take it out in post.
But I have to do it.
I think it was better than Fallen Kingdom,
Okay.
and probably better than Jurassic Park 3.
Okay. My criteria for Jurassic Park movies are dude getting snatched while carrying 2 martinis.
Yeah.
Only one movie has been good so far.
Yeah.
I was really holding out this whole time that would happen.
My biggest critique is that it didn't take any risks at all.
Yeah.
It was from A to B. It was exactly what you thought was going to happen. And the only times that I was like, oh, they surprised me is because they went more obvious with it.
Oh, that's
Like-
not.
Like, I was watching it and I was like, oh, it seems like they're going to do a weird twist instead of having, oh, no, he's just it. That's the bad guy. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, it was fine. It was a fun, more action-y paced movie. They didn't really try much on the plot, which is fine. I mean, I'm there to watch a dinosaur movie.
That's true. Well, it's like the Godzilla King Kong movies. It's always weird to me when they're like,
it.
and we have to have a ship full of people. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, I think the difference between that is that Jurassic Park from the beginning has been about people surviving dinosaurs.
True.
Godzilla, after the first one, was all about monster
Making me horny.
fights.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you said a different thing.
Was all about monster fights.
Yes.
So once you set it up as a monster fight, you don't give a shit about the people.
Yeah, correct. Like, I don't know. If I wanted to watch people have dramatic moments, I'd watch Bridgerton. I don't know. Is that a true?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people that like that show.
It's softcore pornography.
Ooh. I like that show.
I haven't even seen it. I'm going to watch a season tonight.
Yep. Oh, man.
But you were telling me something about the contracts.
Oh, yeah. So after this new movie, I did like it. I had a lot of fun. It
Mm-hmm.
introduced a wider variety of dinosaurs that I was excited about.
Okay.
I was a dinosaur kid growing up.
I believe that was just God putting it there as a test for us. So
Right.
all these movies are blasphemous.
So I was very much a dinosaur kid. Like I sat out at recess and read
Bit
dinosaur
people.
encyclopedias.
Did you just bite people?
Yeah. Just hissed at them.
I'm the one that spits. Fwah! She's running around with an umbrella, an umbrella on your neck.
Oh yeah, for the Dilophosaurus.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But I actually read.
You're like, I hate Newman from Seinfeld, specifically him.
Stealing Barbasol cans. But yeah, I would read encyclopedias and dig sites. Like you could tell me a lot of the most popular dinosaurs, and I could tell you the dig site that they probably found them at.
Wow,
I was a huge dinosaur nerd.
that's lame.
It is lame. It's super lame.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In the original Jurassic Park,
Yep.
why did he eat the shaving cream?
Who eat the shaving cream?
He puts it on his hand, then he puts it on the guy's pie.
Oh yeah, but they don't eat it.
Okay.
It doesn't
All
show
right.
him eating it. It's more of like, oh, what do I do with this? I'm gonna ruin your pie.
Okay, maybe that's the Mandela effect in my head. I just saw him just go. Oh.
Yeah, but so the contract after, and if somebody knows, correct me if I'm wrong, because I went down a rabbit hole of Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a character in the second movie named Eddie, who is a good guy. He's a loved character to a certain degree. He's a side character, but he's the reason that the main party lives. And then immediately after he saves everybody, he gets torn in half by two T-Rexes.
That's what you get for being a good dude.
Exactly. One of the most gruesome deaths in Jurassic Park, arguably. And there was apparently such a backlash to it that they wrote in all future installments, no good guys die.
Yeah, that's fun.
So it was just like, as soon as I figured that out, I looked back at all the movies and everything after the second one. Side characters, bad guys, and random hired mercenaries are the only ones that die. And it's wild to me. Like, it's kind of crazy because that's been known since Jurassic Park 3. Not widely, obviously. I mean, I didn't know.
I found out today.
Yeah. But if you find that out, it would ruin all future movies to a certain degree because you know everyone's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is apparently they that was kind of a thing in the middle of filming the third movie.
Oh, no.
Because
So a guy walks back in with half a body going, I'm fine!
the crazy thing is there's a character named Billy who in the Pteranodon cage is just like he's trying to catch up to the group and they just keep picking him up and dropping him underwater. And it's pretty clear that he's not making it out. And then at the end of the movie, when the military comes in and saves them, he's on the helicopter. And he's like, they picked me up. And it's like, what? It's like, it's the most absurd ending I've ever seen.
I don't like how it feels like even more and more there's less and less risk. It's literally just here's the numbers. Like I've read a couple of screenwriting books and it's always just this, and then you shift this and then you get back out and then you're good. Or it's the other way around where it's like it's real bad, but then it gets better. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like So that sucks. Cause
well, it's weird because that one it's once you know that was a rule and you watch that movie, it's so clear that he was dead. Like he's literally being drowned by pteranodons,
which is rough. That's a rough way to go.
And it's inside of a cage, so he's like, they picked me up. They couldn't drop the helicopter. It was in a bird cage. Like, how did they get to you? Like, nothing about it makes any sense.
Humans have thumbs, which is why we're on top of the food chain.
Right.
We probably opened the door.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's me.
But then it's like
sunglasses.
they didn't hear the helicopter. I mean, they're on an island. I think they would notice a helicopter.
It was a stealth helicopter.
Right? Oh, but no. Because the reason I brought that up is because at work today, you were talking about the Rock's contract.
I hate that.
What is it? Because I didn't know until you told me.
It might be just to the Fast and Furiouses, but the fact that it's in any contract is innately bullshit.
Right.
Bull pocky. The Rock cannot lose a fight.
Right.
And that also, I think Jason Statham or Vin Diesel also had that in their contract.
Yeah. So every fight was just this weird stalemate.
Yeah, we're both pretty tired from punching each other real good.
How delusional are you as a person that you are like, in this make-believe world, I will not lose?
Yeah.
Because that reflects on me losing in real life.
So Sean Bean died in so many things. I don't know if he was in his contract or if it was just like a thing. He was like, I will not die in movies anymore. It's not like a permanent thing, I don't think.
Right.
He's probably just, he's like, I die real good.
Yeah.
I also stay alive real good too.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to watch me do that?
Yeah. I don't know if that was ever a contract thing. That might have just been like a please.
Yeah.
Like,
But it removes so much drama.
yeah, because there's no risk. It's why I don't really like Superman.
I don't like Superman either. Like, I understand he's got the moral dilemma of like, I'm the best dude that can do best dude stuff. But it's like, that's boring to read about.
Right. Like, even
Because they kept shoveling powers on him in the 50s. They're like, this is the fire. Do we do a big breath? We're like, we did big breath last week. Fine, he has cold eyes.
It's so true.
He's got really cold eyes now.
But yeah, when there's no risk to the hero, it's hard to stay invested because at the end you know everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. Well, that's why
the only
Die
way
Hard was so good.
Oh, yeah. The only way to build risk in that situation is to sacrifice other characters, but you're never going to have the impact of something could happen to him.
Yeah.
Which is just a bummer.
Yeah, and even though we know, like, deep down, like, they're going to want a sequel if it makes money, so the dude's probably not going to die, it's still like, oh, let's lose an arm. Like, let's make it rough, you know? But
something.
Yeah.
And you also know, even if there are sequels, at some point there will not be a sequel.
True. That
Hopefully.
is true.
I mean, the way that movies are written now, like the Halloween movies.
Yeah,
Like, what was the last one called? Halloween
Kills.
Yeah, no. Was it Kills?
I thought so. I watched it.
Oh, man, I'm trying to remember.
I thought they did such a good
'Cause
job.
it was like Evil Dies Tonight or
yeah.
something like
Well,
that.
they kept saying that through the movie as well, which I thought was so funny.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. I'm like, yeah, it's the tagline from the movie, guys.
We get it.
You guys chant it, which is not creepy at all.
Yep. Also, I love how they gave a tagline to the second Jurassic Park movie, but not after that. Like, it was Jurassic Park and then Jurassic Park The Lost World. And then they were like Jurassic Park 3. And then Jurassic World. And then I guess they got Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. But those are more titles, not like tags. You know?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
Am I being dumb right now?
Yeah.
Nah, that's fine. I was thinking about it and I was like, wait a minute. No, these are all the same.
Yeah, I like how you said, like, you get, what was it, Jurassic Park?
Yep. And then Jurassic Park The Lost World.
Okay, The Lost World.
And then Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, it's just 3.
It's just 3.
So 3 is the only one that broke the chain.
I guess. And then Jurassic World didn't have anything, but I guess that was it.
Well, then it's Jurassic World.
Yeah.
So that's the new start.
Right.
3 is the weird one because there's not. It'd be weird if like Jurassic Park 7. You're like, what are you doing, guys?
Right. I think they did that with I guess the only Saw movie that had a title was The Final Chapter. It was like Saw 1 through 6, and then they were like The Final Chapter.
And then we made more movies.
One more, yeah.
We made another.
Oh yeah, there was the Chris Rock one.
Yeah. Spiral.
Not bad. I was expecting it to be way worse. Pleasantly surprised.
Good.
Ending very bad.
Well,
it is what it is. Like,
yeah, it's not like all the big name movies are starting to be just bad endings because you can tell, like, you can watch a movie and you can tell like it's going to be like, ooh, they're going for a really specific thing, a really specific ending, and then all of a sudden they'll go, the studio said we couldn't do the good thing.
Yeah.
You go, come on.
It really bugs me when studios don't let directors do what directors do best. You know?
Direct?
Yeah. Or
I'm
I guess
so good at this.
Writers, you know?
Well, yeah.
Because there's clearly an idea in mind. And there are certain movie scenes that happen where you're like, oh, they had to change it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Speaking of that, is there anything in movies, like any scenes in a movie that just take it out for you?
Yeah, actually, Jurassic World Fall or
Oh, is it
Fallen
Jurassic?
Kingdom. Yeah,
This is all you've talked about all day.
I know because I saw Dominion and I just went down this wild rabbit hole. But I just remember the scene in Dominion towards the end of the movie when she releases all the dinosaurs into the wild, and I was like, oh, okay, this is another one of those things where it's like, I'm not going to do what's clearly best.
Yeah,
Right? It's infuriating to see dumb decisions, like blatantly stupid decisions.
Yeah, that happens that always makes me so mad.
It's the biggest horror trope. Like one of my favorite horror movies of all time is Strangers.
Right? Oh, right. Yeah.
And like halfway through the movie, they get a gun. Right? They've fended them off to make them retreat.
Nice. Guns will do that.
Yep, guns will do that. They find a narrow hallway / closet with one entry. And they've got a box of ammo.
All right.
They sit in there for 5 minutes.
Then the screen gets boring to watch.
Yep, and then the guy goes, I've got a radio in the shed outside across like a half an acre of woods. I'm going to go get it. And it's like, okay, this is the dumbest shit ever now.
With the gun?
No.
Oh, all right. Well.
Oh, no, he does have the gun. But he's still out in the woods, pitch black, like darkness.
He's like, but I know the land.
He doesn't. It's a vacation home of a family member.
Ah, well.
Like, it
all right then.
Make sense. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I hate it when they do stuff like that, or like there's clearly like they're like, well, you can either let this one person go and save the world from exploding, or you can save the one person. I'm like, but the person lives in the world.
Yeah, right, for sure.
They also have to be here.
What movie are you thinking of?
A bunch, but there's I think the Adam Project had a little bit of that.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I think there's something like it in The Boys. It's just in a ton of things.
Yeah,
where it's in Spider-Man when he's like, he can only save the girl or even like one or the other, and then he drops it.
Oh, right. It was Mary Jane or like a bus of people.
Yeah. Which that one I'm like, ooh, that's a little bit smaller scale. Yeah. But it's like when the scale is so much bigger than like the other, and it's always like, this guy Jeff you get coffee with on Thursdays and don't really like. Right. Oh, this whole nuclear bomb will go off in the coffee place. You're like, oh.
Well, clearly I need to save Jeff.
Yeah, I gotta get Jeff. Jeff has got those hot zingers he picks up at the water cooler.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, no, and I feel like it's a cheap way at a narrative device, which that's exactly what it is. But it kind of shows the weakness of we need something to happen. Yeah. And this is kind of the easiest.
We forgot to write a more compelling plot.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think out there in podcast land? What is something that you every time you see it, you just roll your eyes?
Yeah. Or just a movie that the moment a scene happened, it killed it for you because it was just such a dumb decision. Because it happens so much in horror movies.
And M. Night Shyamalan is basically cheating. He's got he's some good ones. I like Glass and whatnot, but some of the stuff is still real bad.
Nice.
The YouTube channel Pitch Meeting is so good at just checking out. They'll be like, and then they do this thing. Well, why would they do that? Well, we need the movie to happen. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, they're so good at that.
I wonder if that's gonna. And let us know what you think about this too, because I wonder if having a more savvy audience on this will help shift that, or if there's just enough not give a shit that they're gonna go, that still makes $1 million.
Well, we kind of not hinted, but we had a little bit of a discussion about this the last episode where we were talking about it's not important to come up with new stuff anymore. It's important to buy an existing IP and rake in cash. Because you're going to have a dedicated fan base, and hopefully you get a few new ones along the way.
Yeah. So, I guess I did. I've talked smack about this in the past about having like so many streaming options. We're basically back to cable.
Yeah.
But I can see how that's actually going to be advantageous because you get to put smaller end stuff on stuff, and you go, I want to watch the cool movies on the cool movie channel.
Yeah. There's a certain good to the amount of competition.
Yeah.
Like when it was just Netflix. It was okay. I mean, you had it because it was the only one. They had like a lot of movie sequels.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really have what they have now.
I love how they'll get like a movie made like 1997 and then be like Netflix original.
Yeah. But once Hulu kind of appeared, it really forced Netflix to step it up.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, Netflix is on the way back down again. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up on that news, but Netflix is not doing well.
They're going to make you pay for your own passwords.
Yeah. Right.
This is ridiculous.
Well, the funny thing is there was somebody I was watching that did the math on it, and they were like, based on the amount of feedback, they're actually going to lose money.
Yeah.
Because people will cancel before they pay full price. Like, there's tons of people that are like, oh, yeah, my buddy gives me like $10 a month, and we split like Hulu or Net or whatever.
Yeah, I've traded. I trade passwords. Like I have some stuff I don't have. I have one. I have a thing just so I can give it to other people in Minecraft. Yeah,
in Minecraft.
A wink.
Gosh, isn't it wild? You do know the story behind that, right?
No,
you don't.
No.
Okay, so there was a live streamer that was real fired up about some political stuff. Doesn't matter what it is, and he was like, "Man, wouldn't it be crazy if somebody just went and I don't know did something?" And he said some wild shit. And he was like in a game, of course, in like Minecraft or something. And he tried to make that as like a legal argument for him not saying you should go hurt people.
Well,
yeah, yeah.
Clearly, it worked.
Wild.
Yeah, it's a smart move.
It's insane. I don't know who the live streamer is. I just remember seeing the article.
I think his name was Dipshit.
Yeah, right. Oh man. You said that you had a game that you wanted to try.
Oh, I do. I want to play a game with you, bud.
Cool.
So we're talking about Mimi stuff. There's an old joke going around that was like, I can't tell if that's a Pokemon or prescription drugs.
Right, and I know
a ton about Pokemon.
Amount
it would be impossible for me to slip a prescription drug in on you.
Correct.
So instead, I want to ask you. I want to ask you, what moves would a prescription drug have?
I'm curious if I'm going to even know what the prescription drug does.
Just by the name, who knows?
I don't want to get technical about it, but if I know it's like, a drowsy medication.
Sure, yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah, that'd be good. Pull that out. I'm literally on a drug list. It's just rxlist.com, and it has a bunch of prescription drugs. I pick a random letter, random number.
Viagra.
That's Viagra.
Harden.
All right, now well, that's where it's just Cialis. Harden. Viagra. Harden. Hims, but for wieners. Harden.
Wait, Hims?
Hims for
Yep.
You made that joke at me today.
I did, yeah. Good. So I've been hanging out with Tyson too much because I'm getting Hims ads for hair loss. I'm like, I'm not bringing that up.
Joke's on you. Joke's on you, Hims. I'm using Rogaine. And it's working great. Check the other episodes. You can notice a difference.
He will switch over if we get sponsored, though.
Yeah, no, I will. Yeah, I will.
Immediately sell out. Episode 5, shills, done.
What was your first product? I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, hell, what was it? Joe Rogan's was like pocket pussies, right?
Oh, man.
I'm 99% sure that his first ever sponsor was that, which I don't give a shit what you think about Joe Rogan. Props to him for that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Like, hey, people got to come.
Yeah. Come with us. No.
If you make it, they will come. The guy who invented pocket pussies. Yeah. All right. Let's make it say this right. Navelbine.
What?
Navelbine. Navelbine.
Navelbine?
Navelbine?
When you said navel, I was like, it's a belly button medicine? Like, what?
Yeah. For a real briny belly button. When you got a barnacle growing in there.
All right. To me, it sounds like it could be like a water type.
Okay.
Like navel is in like navy, right? Okay. So I'll give it like, let's see, waterfall, withdraw. I mean, they each have 4 moves.
Okay.
So like, I don't know how technical you want me to get.
I just want like one move.
Oh, okay.
Like, what would its like big move be for Navelbine?
Navelbrine? Oh shit!
Get your phone off the counter.
Yep, that's my bad. It's like, sorry, my vibrator.
Sorry, my very expensive pocket puss. Hey.
Yeah, I probably like hydro pump because to me, as soon as I heard it, I was thinking like belly button and water. So that's not a good combo.
Belly button and water. It's for small cell lung cancer. Should I not throw that in there?
No,
probably not throw whatever fun thing it treats.
Yeah. I think it brings the mood down when it's like we just made jokes about this.
It's medicine
disease.
for fixing.
Yeah, or sustaining. That seems to be a lot of medicine.
Yeah. All right. Fabior.
Fabior.
F-A-B.
The very
I-O-R.
handsome.
Yeah.
Pokemon. Really? Oh man. Charm. That would be its move. Charm.
All right. Let's go with
That was my phone scooting on the chair. Oh man.
For those of you who don't know, our new soundboard has a MIDI pad.
Yeah.
And we were real professional. Let's give this a listen.
The very first thing we recorded.
We're adults.
Put in the comments who you thought farted. Shit.
All right, let's go with the Calbator.
Wait, repeat that, please.
Calbator. Kalbitor.
Calpator?
Calbador.
Calbador.
Mm-hmm.
Man. It's hard to picture this one. It's C-A-L-B. Calbador?
Calbator, yeah.
Calbador.
Calbator. Calbator?
I don't know. In my head, I'm picturing like a normal type Pokemon, like Tauros.
Okay.
So maybe like, what would it be, like Headbutt or something like that? I mean, they don't really have great signature moves because most of the time signature moves are created for a Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying
to make one up for Calbator. Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to be way too technical.
You're
with
trying
it.
to be like, all right, let's. If I had to build one.
Right.
No.
Okay.
In my mind, also, it's Calbator is just like a guy in slacks.
Yeah.
Normal type.
Right.
I use boring conversation.
Yeah. Like a Colin Robinson type.
Yeah.
But all right, next.
All right. Let's go with Rabavert.
Rabavert?
Yeah.
Okay, that is the mega evolution of Lopunny's mega evolution, where it's nothing but just thighs and ass.
Its signature move is Crush.
Yeah, right.
That one's for the adults who play the game.
Oh, Pokemon can't even remotely pretend like they don't know what they're doing. Like, after the first generation, where people were, like, really creepy about pointing shit out, and then they make Pokemon like Lopunny. Tell me.
I mean, I don't know what it looks like, but I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
for
gonna.
real, though.
I'm
like,
gonna know.
It's frustrating to me, actually, because it's like Pokemon is supposed to be like, you know, a battling game with like monsters, and it's like, why does this one look like it's just a furry? It's just furry bait. That's all it is.
Well,
it's 100% what it is. Zero doubts in my mind.
Furries have money for suits. They got money for games.
That's true.
I want that to be the whole clip in the short. Just furries got money for suits. All right. Kudolo. Qdolo. Kudolo.
Kudolo. That sounds extremely similar to Ludicolo, which is a Pokemon.
All right.
So I just immediately thought of him. So like grass water. Say it again.
Qdolo. Qdolo.
Oh, that's a sponsored Pokemon by Qdoba.
Yeah. You can get as many moves on this Pokemon as you want for no extra charge.
Yeah. Right.
It's going to be okay, but when you're done fighting it, you will have diarrhea.
Yeah.
Qdolo.
So, yep. Get you that water, bud.
I'm getting that one. That feels like that segment's done.
Yep. We really peaked at the Lopunny mega evolution.
Mega. It's just thighs and ass. Oh, we forgot. We're talking about Netflix, and I want to talk about Stranger Things. How do you feel?
Yeah, so I'm 2 episodes away from finishing it.
Mm-hmm.
I
have finished it.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Right.
Unless you haven't seen it, then I'll probably spoil something by saying things that happen.
Yeah. So, I liked it. I like it a lot. I still think season 3 is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Season 4, I don't know how they're going to wrap it up because it's the 2 episodes that they've added.
Yes.
That I haven't seen yet.
I was hoping so. Otherwise, you'd be 4 behind.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have 10 hours of TV to watch.
Yeah. Well, we looked, and because Macy and I were going to watch one more, and then it was like an hour and 40 minutes, and we're like, okay, all right, we'll just check this out later. But it's getting a bit bloated. Like, I'm really enjoying all of the things that were carried over from season 3, like Hopper and, you know, Joyce, that's her name, right?
Yeah, Winona Ryder.
Yes, yeah. Joyce, Will.
What a delight.
And Elle. Oh, yeah, she's amazing in that show. I like them going to California and that dynamic and the group kind of being separated and doing their own thing and growing up.
It feels really reminiscent to having to go away to college,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a theme of it, and it feels like that, where everyone's separated, you want to be friends, so you can't talk to them.
They're just freshmen in high school still.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like the equivalent of.
Right. Yeah, because that's the subplot with Nancy and
Yeah.
Joyce's kid.
Jared John. God,
Will.
what a lovable character.
Yeah.
Jim Burry
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Honestly, he's the only character that I think got a downgrade between seasons.
I also think that too.
I was kind of upset with what they did with him. But yeah, I was kind of upset at that. That I didn't. It wasn't a good character progression. He regressed.
Yeah, which happens. Which I honestly, I'm not mad about seeing. Sometimes it felt like it didn't feel like an intentional regression. It just felt like a character was forgotten to be written about.
Yes, there wasn't a reason for the regression.
Yeah.
You know, like he was an extraordinarily motivated person in season 3.
Then marijuana.
Yeah, pretty much. The devil's lettuce.
It'll get you.
But I'm not a big fan, and I've seen tons of love for him online. I'm not a big fan of Eddie.
I love Eddie.
I think he's a bit much. I think they went too over the top with the stereotypical. No,
I love it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I've met people
love
like
the
that.
80s.
Well, that's
you know?
true. But I've had friends that were like that. The super senior, the live in a trailer. You think they're gonna be mean and rude, and they're just the nicest people.
Those are the things that I like.
Yeah.
The things that are a bit over the top for me is like that scene where they are playing D&D and he's doing like the devil horns and and sticking out his tongue, and it's like, all right, they're kind of blowing that a bit out of proportion.
I like that because it feels like they're like really putting a wink and a nod at a character that's aware of the satanic panic and the time it is happening.
Yeah. Also, isn't this supposed to be the last season, or is there one more?
One more.
Oh, okay.
One more.
Cool. So that helps a bit because in my head I was like, okay, they are introducing this character in this group during the last season. The last season's a hard time to introduce characters.
True.
So that helps a lot. I thought it was going to be the last season.
No.
I really like Vecna, the big villain of this season.
They're
huge fan.
Being brutal too.
It's my favorite thing about this season. It's
pretty good.
The deaths are amazing.
Rough stuff to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's been out long enough to where if we don't talk about the finale, it's okay. Probably. Because, like, we won't say who dies, but, like, the type of deaths and the way that Vecna kills with, like, the bones cracking. It's amazing. Because, you know me, I like the hyper-violent stuff.
Yeah, it feels like it's just violent enough to get away with what it's doing.
Yes, 100%. They push the limit for what they could do on.
And it honestly, for me, it's a good amount because I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can watch it, but I'm not in love with it, but wow.
Yeah, I was in love with it.
You're like, did I take some hymns from my wiener penis?
But yeah, no, I think Stranger Things is good. Now that I know that there's one more season, I'm curious how it's going to wrap up because my predictions were based on this being the final season.
Yeah, a lot of people were confused if the next episodes, the 2 that you didn't see, were the end, or if it was,
right,
not.
Which is what I thought it was. What else? There was one other thing we were talking about at work too.
Binging versus pacing. I want to talk about that just because Stranger Things is a really good example of it, where the only reason the last 2 episodes were delayed or whatever came out a month later was so everyone just let their stuff renew a billing cycle.
Yep. Yeah. Which I get it.
I get it as well.
I am guilty of binging a lot because you and I both fall under the category of I don't really have a lot of time, but when I get a day,
so I want to know, and you guys let us know too. You tell us how what do you prefer? Like I like that The Boys came out each week because that felt like I had a fun thing to look forward to. I even had a little watch party for the finale.
Yes,
like that was fun. I don't really have that to do with a binge, but like I want to know when you guys binge something and say like you only watch Stranger Things on Netflix, would you actually cancel your account? Or would you kind of let it ride for a while till the next thing comes out, like in 3 or 4 months or whatever? Because I just kind of let it sit because I go, that's my budget.
I cancel it.
Do you really?
I'm super stingy about money though.
God, I'm so poor and dumb.
I didn't really do it with Netflix because there's enough. Earlier in Netflix, they had a lot of documentaries, and I like documentaries. Mm-hmm. So in between shows, I would just find documentaries to watch.
Fair.
But like I know for Disney Plus, I waited until The Mandalorian was done. Got it for a month, binged Mandalorian, and then was off.
Okay, so you're why I have to wait.
Yeah.
8 weeks at a time.
I also just don't want my money to go to Disney. So that was a big factor as well.
I get that.
But what was I about to say? I prefer episodic every week for the same reason. It's something to look forward to. It's almost like chasing your first high, but like the first show that I watched religiously every week was like The Walking Dead.
Okay, yeah.
And talking with my friends and my family about like what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I love that energy. The theories.
Great.
I'll sit and I'll read the boys' fan theories and just be like, this is so wrong, but what fun.
It's so much fun. But when you binge it, you lose a huge aspect of that. Because if it all comes out at once, we've ran into the problem plenty of times at work, and even just between you and me, where the whole season drops, and then you're playing this weird game of like, what if?
Oh,
Did you see the episode? What was the last thing you saw? Because I don't know if. And then I just hit the mic. And then, but yeah, I hate dancing around that.
And when you watch all the shows at once, you're like, all right, I don't remember what order things happened.
Yeah.
But did you see the part where it turns out they were dragons all along?
Right.
You mean the last image of the show?
But yeah, I much prefer episodic.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, I like that as well. But that might be us just being a little bit older.
I guess that's true.
You know?
Well, there's benefits to both. And it also, I think, depends on how much you're into the show.
Yeah.
Because if you love the show, probably episodic. If you're just watching it like I was really late on Preacher. Which is a show that my girlfriend and I watched recently.
I love Preacher. It's great.
Loved it. Super fun.
Yeah.
Would I have watched it if I couldn't have binged it? Probably not, because it was an easy thing for Macy and I to do on the weekends. Just while we had a couple hours to hang out, we could watch 3 or 4 episodes and just have a good time.
See, I watched that episodically because I was like, oh, this is fun. I get a thing to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure.
I only have like one show in my brain space at a time, really.
For sure, yeah. Which to me is why it's better if you can just binge older shows, which you could do anyway.
Yeah.
But if it's a brand new, like hot off the press thing, give it some time to stew.
Yeah, I like to rewatch things like the Hero-gasm episode. I rewatched chunks of that.
You watched that. I know what chunks you watched.
Yeah, you're right. The ones that got chunky.
Oh my gosh, I had to pause the episode because I was laughing so hard when the guy with just his dick on fire walked by. The guy that just casually walked across screen with his wiener on fire.
Yeah. His tiny wiener, his really small wiener. I can't believe they'd CGI a wiener so small compared to.
And some of the shit that Soldier Boy says is just amazing.
So, I do love how he's basically they're like, John Wayne. That's it.
Yeah,
whole character.
Oh my gosh, when he was like, I told you no more cameras in the toilet, right?
Yeah.
And then they show that dude just asshole on the screen, and he pops around the corner and he's like, "That's seen some."
Well, it's the way he says things too. It's like real quick. That poop shoots, workout.
Yeah, right. And it's like, whoa, oh my
and
gosh.
It's just the way he like.
He's like, I'm gonna slap you like Connery. I was like, holy shit.
Jensen Ackles doing a fantastic job as Soldier Boy.
And I've never seen him in anything.
He's basically did Supernatural for 200 years.
Right.
And now this.
Yeah, I've never watched Supernatural.
I watched 7 or 8 seasons. They kill.
Oh, that's all.
There's like 14 seasons.
Yeah. It's wild.
They killed the devil, and then I was like, oh, they have 6 more seasons. How do you kill?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of a problem, though, because that's how I feel with The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, my favorite arc is Negan, but after Negan, it's like...
Well, I think a show needs to know that it will end, and that it will end somewhere. Like The Boys, 5 seasons. That's what I keep seeing, keep hearing. Yep. 5 seasons. And then they've already... Apparently, there's going to be a spinoff called Varsity. Which, hey, good. Do a spinoff. I don't have to give a shit about that.
Yeah, spinoffs are 50-50 in my book. I keep bringing up The Walking Dead, but they've honestly committed the most of these, like, offshoot bad things.
Yeah, well,
because they had Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, aren't they doing offshoots? They're doing offshoots. They're doing It Ran Too Long.
Yep.
They're doing Has No Idea Where It's Going to End.
Correct.
And then also movies.
Yep. They had 2 spinoffs.
What? They had another spinoff?
Yeah, they had another spinoff. Which I guess had a cool premise.
Was it zombies?
If I remember correctly, and once again, if I'm completely wrong and it's amazing,
roast him in the comments.
Yeah,
get him.
but it was supposed to be kind of like about being a teenager in the apocalypse and how that would change growing up.
I guess.
Which is okay.
You're like, I'm horny, but there's zombies?
So just like being an adult.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that is what that show is. It's literally just like, I mean, the whole first season was like, is it my baby? With Lori and Shane and Rick.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's a super good, like...
angle.
Yeah, very dramatic. John Bernthal.
Yeah, amazing.
Great actor.
Best Punisher.
You know who was a great actor, did not get any credit this year, got snubbed, was Hezekiah Linklater from Midnight Mass, the priest.
Oh, yeah, he was amazing.
He got snubbed.
That was such a good show.
It was a really good show.
How did I forget about that show?
Not even the show was really good. He was phenomenal in it.
Yeah.
Like, it just his monologues and whatnot, and the fact that he gets snubbed kind of upset me.
Yeah, his like, what was it, like Alcohol Anonymous meetings
Yes.
with the main character?
Yeah.
Amazing. Every meeting they had, I was hooked. But yeah, no. Anything else you want to bring up? We've covered a lot today.
Yeah, we covered a lot. I think we can kind of wind down out there, guys. You got anything fun coming up?
Let's see. When was that show that we're gonna be on? 29th?
Yeah.
What are we talking?
Album release party.
That's it. Yeah, album
29th.
release party for this guy. But I'll let you talk about it because it's your album.
Yeah. So little light tunes in the background.
So.
Yeah, and I got my album release party July 29th. I have a YouTube video coming out, a fun cartoon of a thing related to that. So look for Bigfoot then. Yeah, my album Dad Water coming out the 29th. If you guys could listen to it, like it or whatever. iTunes, you have to like I think is something like that.
I'm not sure. I've never used iTunes.
Neither have I. Do the thing that people want you to do on iTunes.
Yeah.
And it would just be really great if you could give it a listen, tell a friend, just because I don't necessarily want to make like $1 billion. I just would love to be like, it went number one.
Yeah.
Just it's a cool thing. I've had friends that do it, and I'm like, I think I could do it too.
Nice. Right on.
Yeah, but that's the 29th at 8 p.m. at Black Circle Brewery. If you want to watch some fancy open mic-esque style comedy, the 27th, I'm at Helium for the Indianapolis's Funniest Person contest. It's a half popularity contest, so I need to get some folk out there. And then
it's very fun.
Yeah, and then every first Thursday, Metazo Brewery has the dog show, which is during Gen Con, so I don't know where I'll be, but that's where you should go for a dog charity stand-up show.
Yeah. I've got my second round of the Helium comedy competition.
Yeah,
August
I
1st.
can't not advance because then this podcast will be over.
Yeah. Right, but it'll get much better. So my round 2 is August 1st. So if you want to check that out, Helium Downtown, I'll be performing at Tyson's album release party, and I will actually be on that dog show. August 4th, I believe, is
it is the 4th.
Yep, so I'll be on that show.
All right, sounds like I'll be there too.
Cool.
All right. Well, hey, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to this podcast. If you enjoyed it, tell a friend. The best advertising is word of mouth.
Yep.
And we just love being nerds, and we love talking about it.
Sure.
So...
And if there's topics that you guys want to hear our opinions on, leave it in the comments. We'll talk about a ton of shit.
And if you're listening, the Nerd News Channel at gmail.com.
Yep.
The Nerd News Channel at gmail.com. Email us. Say hi. We got some stickers made. We got some stuff in the works that we'll give some shout outs, give some swag away to some people and whatnot. So
yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Have a wonderful week.